Oh, what's this? That's an interesting video idea. Our video idea.
After days of mining, waiting, and building, this is the final product. Oh my goodness, guys,
That's it? This right here is going to be my future Minecraft base. The only issue is, there's supposed to be a house right here, but all my stuff is currently located in this little secret temporary room. I need to build a house, and I need to make it interesting so I can get a free video title. In fact, I'm kind of considering pulling a rec wrap and just making my entire house out of copper. But of course, if I do it, I can't just make a little one-story house. No, I need to make a full house with at least 2 stories. But alas, I had no copper, so I went out and mined about an entire inventory's worth. With one of what would probably be like, 5 or 6 or so inventories worth of mining sessions completed, I decided to start building. Yeah, I think I want to use raw copper blocks on the outside because it sort of looks like a sort of cobblestone thing. And I'm also going to do accents and like cut copper and copper blocks. Yeah, this is going to be cool. I think I have an idea of how I want this to go. And also, like I mentioned earlier, it is going to be 2 stories tall, so that way I can say I'm improving upon Recrep's build and not just copying his video idea. Alright, so this is my house so far. I've kind of got a bit more of a plan in. I've got some beams here. We've got this little thing to separate the floors. Thank you, area. And then, yeah, the only issue is I am out of both of the copper types that I need. I think in between clips there, I actually mined 2 inventories worth of copper. So we're at a total of 3 inventories mined now. And that gave me enough to basically somewhat complete the build. Here, let's look at it. Alrighty, aside from placing the stairs on the roof and the lightning rods for the windows, I think I'm basically done with the copper house. Well, of course, there's the oxidizing and waxing, but that's a problem for later me to deal with. And now, aside from oxidation and waxing, of course, the house is officially complete. Let's do a little house tour of the insides. We've got a floor right here, some direct access to my basement that I'm going to renovate later, and we have a nice little staircase. Goes up to this cute little top level, which I think is where I'm going to end up putting my bed. And now I've just dismantled the entire roof and scattered it all across the floor, so that way everything could wax with maximum efficiency. Wax, I meant weather. I can talk. Also, we've got a bee farm over here that is slowly producing wax for me to use. Hello, I am back with another update. I had to wait like a couple hours for this copper over here to weather, and now I've got to wait for these blocks to all go to stage 1 weathering. Also, to make matters even worse for myself, I think I want to go blue for the floor as well. And with this final block, the exterior is completed. It is all done, but as you may have noticed, we're still oxidizing copper and we still got a lot more to go. I want the floors to be blue. I do this to myself, but blue it now is, and I do think I like this much better. Look at this, the floor is all blue, and then even on here it's also, you get the point, it's blue. And that means that the house is like officially complete. Except it was not. Or I had decided that I also wanted to renovate my basement and make it copper, because I didn't already learn from the first 2 stories. Why do I do this to myself? Well, because it looks good and it gets me views, that's why. But like, why? But of course, before we do the basement, I've decided to just do a little prep work here and make it so all the stuff is moved where I need it to be, so all I have to do is just like the walls and ceiling and floor. Also, speaking of all that, more copper! And yeah, I ended up mining 2 inventories worth of copper to make this basement, so I think it took a total of 5 inventories of copper to complete this build. Also, I just realized I never actually put any lighting into the home. I kind of put this off because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, since there's no light emitting block in the game, to my knowledge, that's made out of copper. But then I realized that lanterns aren't actually a part of the house's architectural whatever. They're just a decoration block, so they're allowed to not be copper. But still, regardless, I used the lightning rods as the posts for these lanterns, just to keep in theme as much as I possibly can. Okay, I've crafted all of the copper necessary. I've placed it in place just so I know how much I have and what I need. So now I get to take all these ceiling things down, and you guessed it, lay them out in the waxing yard. Yay! I have with the floors, I've decided I'm gonna keep them like this, wax, because I don't know, I just think a little touch of shiny orange copper in there is much needed and will improve it a lot. I can't tell you the total amount of time I've spent waiting on copper to oxidize, but after probably like, a couple hours just for this, it was finally time to complete the build once and for all. And with this final copper block, We are finished! The base is finally done, and all of the parts that can be made of copper are indeed made of copper. So now let's do a little bit of a house tour. Alright, so this is the house right here. As you can see, it looks like this on the outside. We got the, I especially like how the roof turned out with its little support beams and things. That's really cool. In here, there's this first floor. It kind of just exists for the sake of existing. We got the head displays. We got head here, head here. I like the drowned head because it kind of matches the copper theme. And then on the upstairs, we've got more heads. We've also got some lamps on the ceiling, a bed which I re-dyed to be orange, so that way it would match the copper theme, because even the stuff that we can't make into copper, we can at least make it a little bit closer. And then down here we have this other staircase, which goes into the basement. This is where all the actual function happens. We've got our organized storage system, some valuables. Also, what should I name this axolotl? Comment section. Now, we got our furnaces over here, various tables here, and the alternative entrance, which can be opened and closed with that button, or with this path block. Also, it is raining, and I cannot make the rain go away. That makes me sad. That will be all for today. Goodbye. Watch one of these. Thanks.